Hey there. Welcome into the Ben Maynard program. Thanks for being here. How's everyone doing? Doing okay? It's been a minute or two, hasn't it?
I'm thirsty.
On Friday. And today is Friday. I should turn this around. I'm getting a shadow on my face there. I'm wearing a hat today, folks, because look, I got a big old mop going on and it's really bad. So as you can see, look who's in studio. Look who's in studio. The return of Brother Jim. Yeah.
Howdy, folks.
So, all right. So before we get started, a little bit of housekeeping to take care of. You guys know this podcast is available wherever you stream your podcasts. It's on all the streaming services. Just search the Ben Maynard program. Boom, it's right there. And do me a favor, subscribe to it, okay? If you subscribe on whatever streaming service you want to use, when there's a new episode that drops, you'll get notification. And it helps me too. All right. You can also leave a review. And I recommend 5 stars, of course. But if you can't resist some of this right here and you're watching on YouTube, then I greatly appreciate it. There's a few things you have to do for me. And first one is you have to subscribe to the channel. All right. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Again, you'll get notified every time there is a new episode. All right. Then you have to give me a thumbs up. Okay. You got to like it. The likes are good. All right. They help out. And then you have to leave a comment. All right. Like the comments. I reply to all your comments. As you guys know, I do. Besides subscribing, tell 1,000 of your family and friends. I was saying 10,000, but I know nobody knows 10,000 people. But you know 1,000. I know you do. So tell 1,000 of your family and friends about the Ben Maynard program. Okay, you got to help out a brother here. Let's see. Last but not least, follow me on Instagram. Simply Ben Maynard program, all one word. Or you can also follow me on the TikTok. The handle is the Ben Maynard program. All right. So with that, there are plenty of ways to take in this show for your dancing and listening pleasure. And again, as you can see right here to my left is Brother Jim. And what we're doing tonight, it's been a little bit since we've done one of these. So I thought it was time to partake in another tasting on the podcast. In the past, we've done
tequila.
Well, yes, that was the last one that you and I did. So it's been a while since we've done one.
I recommend watching that one.
Yeah. Well, so do I. It's good. But we started off very early on in this podcast. We did our barrel-aged stouts.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we did our barrel-aged stouts, and that was a lot of fun. And then we did
the bro show.
Well, we did the IPA tasting
that's right. Yeah,
about a month after the barrel-aged stouts.
I forgot about
we did IPA tasting. The whole room was full. There were like 7 or 8 of us there that night. And then you and I just probably a little over a year ago, we did the tequila tasting right here in studio. And that was a lot of fun. We got it's gotten over the year, it's gotten some really good traction. And it was a lot of good information that we gave out to everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so where between the two of us, and really honestly, when it comes to spirits, hard liquor, that kind of stuff, processing is kind of pretty much the same. There's a little differences here and there. But where people like to say that I'm the tequila guy, well, okay. And that might be true to a certain extent. Right here to my left, Brother Jim, he's the bourbon guy. He actually has been dubbed the bourbon beard. Wait, how's it? I had it in my head before we started.
Forget it.
The Bourbon Beard of Knowledge. That's what it is. Yeah.
The bearded Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah, it is the Bourbon Beard of Knowledge. Anyway, so look, this stuff is like right up Brother Jim's alley. This is like, this is his jam. And so Like I said, we were long overdue for another tasting, and why not partake in actually, when it comes to liquor and spirits, like it almost doesn't get more American than bourbon.
No, those guys actually brought that over from Europe. Well, the from England when the colonists moved over here.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the mechanisms for doing this Scotch whiskeys. So they started. What did they have? They had lots of corn and they had lots of white oak. And so, being the ingenious guys that they were, that's what started developing. Is this right here, this craft, and it is a craft. It's amazing how you can take wood. It's very specific, and how you treat and pre-process the wood, how it affects, it imparts so much flavor and stuff to the spirit. It just blows my mind, how these guys do this. It's unbelievable. When we get down to the last one, which is a 20-year-old Pappy Van Winkle, that one is a
cat out of the bag already.
that is well, they see that red bag. Anybody that's
no, they can't.
Oh, they can't.
No.
Oh, okay. Anybody that's a bourbon drinker will see that red bag and they'll go, "Oh my god!" But anyway, that is a wheated bourbon. In other words, bourbon needs to be 51% corn in what's called the mash bill, and then if it has less than 51 or less than that, then it's going to go more rye, and that becomes a rye whiskey. So we don't have any of these. It's all corn based mash bills, except for the Pappy Van Winkle that's got wheat in it. But the mash bills are going to be corn, rye, and barley for these other ones. So,
well, for all you bourbon drinkers out there, you've got a couple minutes before we get rolling into this, so you can go get your glass, and you can sit right back with us and tip one back. But we've got 5 that we're gonna taste this evening, and we'll get into that in a minute. And you mentioned something, Jim, that talking about the colonists that came over, and that they were bringing this craft with them, that this process is a craft, and that's it's something that I have kind of begun to pick up on the last couple of years, since probably, I shouldn't say last couple of years. Yes, it obviously takes some ingenuity to do this kind of stuff, but these guys that whether it's through the bourbon or like our barrel aged stouts or tequila, I mean, these guys are like some mad scientists that do this stuff.
Wine, same thing.
Yeah. And it truly is a craft. I mean, there's a science to it. And I know just from through my tequila experiences, but then even more so since we became members at the brewery, and we would get involved in things that go on there, and talking to the brewmaster or just the guys that are working behind the bar there, that
knowledgeable guys,
yes,
even at that level.
Yeah.
The guys that are pulling the tap handles.
Oh yeah, definitely knowledgeable guys, enthusiastic guys,
and girls.
Yeah, that's true. There are some women there as well, and that they really just they get into this craft of making spirits. So so we'll get into it right out of the gate. Why don't we just do that? Enough of this talk, right? Enough of this. So
This is a mainstay. This Buffalo Trace is a
okay. That's where we're going to start. We're going to start right here with it. Let me put my glasses on with this Buffalo Trace. I'm going to introduce it. I'm going to let Brother Jim talk about it before we pour and drink. Okay. Buffalo Trace. I've heard of it. I've actually had it before. I don't even remember what it tastes like or anything like that. And I think there are different levels to Buffalo Trace too, right?
Yeah. So this is the made by Sazerac, which is a huge distiller, and they will make this, and they now have bought the rights to Pappy Van Winkle, and they're actually even making Pappy Van Winkle. I don't know they've released any yet, simply because it's got to age a long time.
Okay. All right. Let's see. This one here, it says it's
90. That's 90.
It's a 90. Yeah, it's a 90 proof. So which means you take that the proof number, you cut it in half, and it'll give you it'll give you the alcohol by volume, which is 45%. So we'll start with that. That's it's not certainly not the highest, but it's a good way to start. right at 90%. We'll give Uncle Jim a little bit of that, or Brother Jim. I'm sorry, he's not my uncle. You good with that right there?
Yeah.
We're not here to get loaded tonight. I may let you, after that, I may let you pour the Pappy because I just spilled a couple of drops on the table. Anyway. I need to get myself some. Now, I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast, but it was back in April. We had a bourbon tasting here at the house. We had a big, giant bourbon tasting, big old blowout. Gosh, we must have tasted about 8 of them, I think. Something like that. Probably overdid it. You probably shouldn't do more than 6, really. 5 to half a dozen at the most.
5's pushing it.
And yeah, especially if you go back for seconds. But I'm looking at this, and it's got a nice caramel color to it. It's definitely got a good appearance.
I would let it air out a little bit.
Yeah. Because it's been bottled up since April.
No, it's like you'll stick your nose right into a big thing of alcohol.
Yeah. But and honestly, folks, I don't remember which one was our winner. I still have my notes somewhere. I don't remember where like this Buffalo Trace ranked amongst. I think, what do we have? We had about 20 people tasting. So we had a healthy audience.
So this has got a lot. It's spicy.
You can smell that. Yeah, you can definitely smell the spice.
It coats your mouth really well. These guys do a good job of this stuff. Can I read the label here for a second?
Of course.
Let me see what it says.
Of course.
If I can glean anything.
Yeah. It definitely has excuse me for that one. It definitely has, we don't have cough buttons here, so that's the way it is. It definitely has a lot of heat on the front end.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a lot of heat on the front end. It's got a good nose. It got good aroma. It's got good color to it. But for me, right out of the gate, I don't get a lot of anything else other than the spiciness from it. And it almost, it's definitely peppery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the rye.
Okay.
So the rye is, I would just from the taste,
mm-hmm.
I would say that there's a good percentage of rye in this.
Okay.
I really don't know though what the mash bill is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you're probably okay.
Okay, so now, this, like I said, this has got to open up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're going to get, now you can start getting some vanilla.
I smell a little caramel.
Yep, little caramel, vanilla.
Yeah. Smell a little bit of that.
Believe it or not, the there is so much flavor, aromas, and color.
Mhm.
It starts out as a clear liquid.
Yeah.
That is imparted to this beverage by the treatment of the wood. So they take the white oak, has to be white oak to be a bourbon,
Okay.
and they create big long slabs of it. They let it sit outside and age for about 2 years, and then it goes inside and they start making the staves. Okay, so once now that you've got a, a barrel that's got open ends, they pass it through um, this big flaming head,
Okay.
and it'll do a toasting. And you, by how you treat the wood with the flame, um, it'll allow it to either pick up more caramel and vanillas um, out of the wood,
Mhm.
as opposed to like when you give it a big heavy char, um, that doesn't let the lignins and the vanillas and stuff to come out and get into the
I would say in that,
liquid.
and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because of course you will, but and you should. um, I would say the heavier the char, the more oaky flavor you'll get.
Mm-mm.
No, not
Mm-mm.
necessarily.
No, because it can't get in there. It actually, you'll pick up just different
Okay.
things, and they've got different levels of char.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and it goes by like alligator number 1, 2, 3, I think, is what it is, the
Yeah.
char levels.
Okay.
But anyway, so this, and what they'll do is um, they will take and they will um, let the bourbon sit in a barrel
Mm-hmm.
for 3 years. Let's just say 3 years, and then they'll have another set of barrels that's got um, maybe some other characteristics,
Okay.
that's
Gotcha.
toasted a different way,
Gotcha.
or maybe it's charred, and the other ones started off with were just a heavy toast or a light toast or whatever. Now a light toast, you'll pick up a lot of the wood, a lot of
Okay.
the oak, and then again, the more
Okay.
you leave it in there, you start picking up um, more of the wood. That's where you say, oh, it's 20 years old. Well, you're paying for real estate, and then sometimes, depending on the barrel, 20 years is too much wood into that
Mm.
stuff, and it tastes nasty.
Mm.
So anyway, they'll process these uh, by different ways,
Okay.
and yeah. So
All right. Well, before we get in,
it's still good. I mean, this is
it's
and
got.
this is a, I don't know what you call it. That's probably a $35 bottle of bourbon, maybe.
I've never bought a bottle of Buffalo Trace, so I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
But you know what, though, the longer it does sit, and we talked about this, I do remember specifically, we talked about this last year when we did the tequila tasting, and the same thing applies. It used to be that I liked my tequila with a couple of ice cubes in it. I wanted it cold, okay? Because I like everything cold. I mean, cold water, cold milk, whatever, all that stuff, okay? And so I would drink my tequila with a couple of ice cubes in it. Not a ton, because I don't want to water it down, but I just want to give it a nice chill. But then we started doing tastings, and that's when I started letting things warm up. And the more you let them warm up, the more you let them breathe, you start to discover more about the product itself. It doesn't matter what it is. And when we first poured this, that's why Jim said, let me hang on, I got something on my screen here, folks. There we go. That's why Jim had said, oh yeah, no, just let it sit. Right after we poured it. Well, yeah, we've got them in these, we're pouring into these tasting glasses here, and you're gonna get one type of aroma to start, but then the longer it sits, you'll start getting a lot of other stuff going on. And that's the benefit of drinking at room temperature as well, is when you drink stuff cold, when it comes to spirits and that kind of thing, it really hampers the flavor. It really I don't want to say hampers it. It restricts that flavor. So
what I want you to do is I want you to leave a little bit in there.
Yeah.
And then we are going to, this is just for your purposes.
Yeah.
The next one we're going to pour in there, and I want you to do a side by side, and
Okay.
your heat. From what I remember, that McKenna.
Hey, you're giving it all away.
Well, we're ready. We're ready for it.
We're just about ready.
The next one, from what I remember about it, is, even though I can't remember, from what I remember, it seemed like it was hotter.
It should be. I think it's 110 proof.
Okay.
I think so. Let me see. Let me double check. So, okay. No. Okay. The next one we're going to drink is the Henry McKenna. It's 10 years. Oh, no, it's 100 proof. I'm sorry. It's aged 10 years and it's 100 proof. Oh, wow. Well, actually, it's longer now but then again, it's 10 years in the barrel. Yeah. But yeah, this was actually barreled in 2013. But so we got 50% alcohol by volume, and we've got 100 proof here. So yeah, I've got a little swallow there left of the Buffalo Trace. Let's put a little McKenna in this one here for Brother Jim. For you, and a little bit for me.
Okay, so now, right off the get-go, this doesn't, I'm not getting all the big high heat of big hammer of like I did that other one. I got a big blast of
spice
alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Now I'm getting the alcohol.
Now this one,
I just want you to do a side by side.
I will. The McKenna is the one that I contributed to our bourbon tasting in April. I know I liked it. I don't know where I ranked it. I don't remember. I probably have my scorecard someplace, but I do remember, at least I think I liked it, because I thought that I never tasted this stuff before, but I thought I picked it out when I tasted it too. So now let me see what I smell here.
Let it sit. It's
it's still airing out a little bit, but it does have a really, really good color. It might be,
it's darker. So in other words,
just a tinge darker than the Buffalo
I would
Trace.
say that, maybe this. What would this is 10-year-old?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 10 years old. The Buffalo Trace, I think, does it say, is that 3 years old?
I don't know if let me put my glasses on. I don't know if
I forget what that is. So the other thing that it may have is that the it may have a bigger char finish.
Yeah, it doesn't say what it doesn't say how long
generally
it's aged.
It needs to be 3 years, but it might be more.
All right, so while I'm sitting and waiting for my McKenna to air out a little bit, like I said, we picked out the color. Hey, just to add a little more content to today's program, today is August the 15th. It is National Lemon Meringue Pie Day.
And Kool-Aid Day also.
It is Kool-Aid Day. You're giving all my stuff away. It says it right there.
Oh, okay.
It's also Men's Grooming Day. That's why I was shaving my arms earlier. I didn't even know that. Yeah. National Relaxation Day.
I would like to see this. I would like to have this at a little bit less ABV, because it's got some good taste to it.
It doesn't have as heavy a spice on it out of the get-go. Let me taste that.
But it's definitely got more heat. in the taste, but it's got some good flavors. I'm trying to.
I get more heat on the back end. I got something really quick that hit the tip of my tongue right at the beginning of that sip. I can't pick it out, and then the heat kind of came on afterwards.
What's interesting, okay, is that you're going to just remember what this is 100 proof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's 100.
So remember this burn/heat that's in this 100 proof.
Yeah.
You're going to go taste that Blanton's Gold, and that's 100 proof, and it's going to be like honey going down your throat. So they did a good job on that.
I don't know if
that bottle can only get in Europe, I think. Well, maybe they sell it here now.
No, I don't know if
I would like to put a little bit of water in this.
Let me taste, which is something you just, speaking of water, that's something you do. There's one that Jim likes to partake in as well. Trader Joe's private label bourbon. And that's like
125.
Yeah. And you always put a little tiny splash of water in it. Not much, but a little bit.
Yeah. Like maybe like one of these caps. Or
right.
Half a cap.
Right.
And that's just because it gets rid of that big burst of alcohol, and you can get past it and you can get into the tastes. So.
Okay. I'm going at that Buffalo Trace again.
I think you will like the Buffalo Trace better than this. I'm just guessing. This has got some interesting flavors. I don't know what they are exactly, but I can't pick them out as much as. So which one do you like?
I just finished off the Buffalo Trace, so I'm gonna rinse the glass.
This has still got a big
and I'm gonna rinse
boost
my
alcohol in it, man. Generally speaking, most of the bourbons I drink are in the 100 proof range. That's what I usually drink.
Right.
Like I'll drink one of my go-tos is Rowan's Creek. I love that for $56 a bottle. That's a yummy. Yeah. That's a yummy caramelly. Oh God, is that stuff's good. Okay. So.
All right. Actually, let me rinse this. Let me rinse my palate one more time.
Okay, so I did what I call a Kentucky chew, which is you put a lot in there and you swish it around with your gums, and then you can feel the tannins. They'll like suck in your cheeks and so. I mean, it's. Let me just put a little splash of water in it.
The McKenna, the Buffalo Trace, to me, the heat comes right on the front side of it, and the McKenna, the heat comes on the back side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has got a lot of. I think this is spicy. It
is spicy.
I don't get. Oh, now so if you do put a little bit of water in there, now you can get the vanillas and the caramels. So I think what it is there's just for this guy here, the 100 proof is just a little bit too much to pick up all the nuanced flavors in it. It's got good legs and everything, so yeah. I think if you put
so did that Buffalo Trace.
Yes,
that also had really good legs. It stuck to the glass really well.
Yeah, let me rinse this out.
But you know what? You might be right though. You might be right on that on what I would come out liking better between the two. I think I do lean a little bit to the Buffalo Trace.
I think again that's the flavors there, and it's not as hot
Yeah.
as this, but I think if you put a little bit of water in
Okay.
this, it'll let you get some of those
Okay.
other little caramels and vanillas and
Okay.
ryes and whatnot. But this just has them right out, right there. You don't
I
have
think
to doctor it up.
I don't know. Maybe it's because you get more heat on the back side of it that
It ruins everything else.
Right.
Okay.
Right. That's what I'm feeling on my palate.
Okay.
Is that the heat on the backside it's not allowing me to pick up and pick out the other notes.
Right. And that's one of the things you have to like, as opposed to beer that are beers that we drink that are barrel aged, they're not as high alcohol, and you can still pick out those flavors. But I've heard you say it tastes even on our beers, it's a little bit boozy.
Right? Yeah.
So that means that's a little bit more difficult. For you to pick up those flavors, the coffees and the other things that are, the fruits and whatever that are coming out.
Yeah.
So okay.
All right.
So now, let's go to our little Texas distillery here.
All right. The next one we are going to pop open is Still Austin. All right. Let me put my glasses.
So this is it's a Texas distillery. This is a 75% corn.
Okay.
And I forget how much rye and barley it has, but I just know it's big corn. And again, this is made from Texas. They're proud of, their grains are grown in Texas.
Okay.
Everything. They're really proud that this is a Texas beverage.
Okay. And this is
so in theory, does it say yeah, it is bourbon.
Yeah, straight bourbon.
Right. Okay.
Yep. It's a single barrel, so it's only aged in one barrel.
They don't do, in other words, they don't do any blending.
Yeah.
So
this does say, it says aged at least, so a minimum of 2 years.
Okay.
Let's see here.
And the big thing to say is that so single barrel, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. The exclusive bourbon inside this bottle has been pulled from a single barrel, hand selected for its impeccable quality and flavor profile. Okay.
Right.
It's 58% alcohol by volume.
Right.
So
116.
Double it, people. Yes. 116 proof.
Just remember the heat that you got from that McKenna versus what you're going to get. This is even higher ABV. And from what I remember of this, you didn't get, okay.
I don't, you know what, folks, I think, and I'm glad that Jim and I are doing this, because from what I remember,
look at that nice color.
It does have really good color. From what I remember of our bourbon tasting, there was a lot. I don't, and I always try to take care of myself, make sure I have enough. I'm hydrated enough, make sure I eat enough, that kind of stuff. And I didn't want to, but it just happened, and I just, man, I couldn't remember what I was drinking and which one I liked and all that. It was bad. Okay. It wasn't horrible. I wasn't sloppy or anything, but man.
Well, you lose your palate after
it hit
so
me
many.
hard. It hit me hard with the bourbons. So different than the other stuff we've done in the past, especially the tequila tasting. And we've done tequila tastings, not just here on the podcast, but we've done them here at the house. We've done it a couple of times, the stout tastings, that type of stuff. Man, that bourbon stuff just hit me hard, and I don't remember anything. But
so for you that for those of you that are not tequila drinkers or think tequila is a white spirit, um, you ought to watch that, because I hated tequilas
Yeah.
until I started tasting the really good ones,
Yeah.
and wow, yeah.
Now, speaking of tequila, really quick, let's try it. Before we move on, and I let this thing air out a little bit. With our tequilas that we've tasted, we everything was right around the like $90 to $110 range. Everything that we were drinking, that
Yes,
everything,
yes.
whether it was our personal tequila
Yep,
tastings we've
yep.
had here at the house, or last year on the podcast. We did drink one. That was the Clase Azul, and that was incredibly expensive, but that's because Clase Azul think that they're better than everyone else, and so they jacked up the price of their stuff a lot. But you know, everything else was $90 to $110, and it was really, really good stuff. What are we talking? You said that Buffalo Trace is $35-$40, whatever,
Yeah,
or something like
yeah.
that. I know how much that McKenna ran. That
Which was it?
The McKenna, I believe, was $55 a bottle,
Okay.
because I bought two of them. And so
The
that's still Austin. What is it?
that I think is about $60 a bottle.
About $60.
I can't remember. I mean,
And the big thing, yeah, we're gonna plug them. They're not even a sponsor of this podcast. We don't have any sponsors, unfortunately. But you're more than welcome to sponsor this podcast if you like Total Wine. But when we give you that pricing on anything, we're pretty much talking about what you're going to pay at like Total Wine. And if we if it's something different, we'll let you know. Only because that's where we do a lot of our shopping for our tequilas and bourbons and that kind of stuff. Other than our barrel aged stouts, they come straight from the brewery or other brew houses that we may visit.
or I make them.
And I was just gonna say that, maybe towards the back end of this year, Uncle Jim, or I'm sorry, Brother Jim. He's uncle to everyone else. He's Brother Jim to me. But Jim, over the last probably been about a year and a half or so, he's really, really taken into brewing his own stuff, and he's doing all kinds of different stuff. He's doing IPAs, he's doing ales, he's doing porters, he's doing barrel aged stuff as well. He's done a barley wine blend, all kinds of stuff. And it's a lot of stuff is like, especially if you're talking barrel aged, that's like up my alley. Now, I'm not a huge drinker though. So he's always texting Catherine, hey, I'm going to bring this over. And then they're downstairs, they're drinking, and I'm not doing much at all except watching. But I think we should do that though, Jim. Let's get your stuff out there in the world and get you some notoriety. We should do a tasting, like I said, as we get closer to the back end of the year, maybe around the holidays or something like that, and give you some time to work on some stuff and get stuff going. He's got stuff going already, but some time to get some more stuff. But yeah, we should do that. So I'm going to take a sip here first. I'm going to take a whiff. Now I'm not getting. So it doesn't have a heavy
alcohol presence.
Not on the first hit with my nose. It doesn't. You really got to like take it in to even realize that there is alcohol in there.
Yep.
So that's nice.
And this is 116 proof.
Yeah. Usually, if it's that high, you can.
So in other
sense
words,
it right away.
These guys did a really good job.
And they didn't blend because it's on a single barrel, so they couldn't have done it in that fashion.
Right.
So
spicy, leather,
sticks.
I get
sticks real good to the glass.
Some little bit of some kind of fruit. I get, ooh, yeah, a little bit of stone fruit.
Now I got a real hit of something fruity right out of the gate. As soon as it hit my tongue.
Yeah.
As soon as it hit my tongue, but it went away. But the heat factor on it, the spice on it is not, it's
Put a little dribble of water in
no,
there.
it's not even, I don't want to do that
No,
because it's not as hot as the McKenna.
Yes.
It's not.
Yes. That was one of the things that stuck with me about that McKenna.
Yeah.
Was that for being like that, like I said, I would rather see that at 90 proof than you could pick up, because once you get past the alcohol and that heat, there's some good flavors that are there.
Yeah.
Not as much as the Buffalo. I like the flavors in the Trace better than I do the McKenna. But yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I think that unfortunately, and it is unfortunate because the McKenna has got a really great color. It's got some great aging on it. I mean, 10 years. So it's got a lot of great stuff. And we're just talking about for us here. But that high heat, that high spice on the backside of it, to me, took away any ability for it to really settle and rest on my palate and for me to be able to pick out anything else.
This is really good.
But after a sip of this Still Austin, yeah, the finish isn't hot, so it settles, and then you can really try to, pick apart what else is in there. There it is again. As soon as it hits my tongue, I get some kind of a fruitiness. And then it gets a little warm, but it settles down. And then, I can kind of,
So there is some tannins in this, because it's kind of like a dry wine where it's suckering you up.
Okay.
But it's still good. This is a good.
It actually is good. It really is.
The price of this. Let me see if I can find the price. And this is single barrel?
Yes. And this one is exclusively made. This one says right there on the label, it's exclusively made for Total Wine.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So okay.
Now, Still Austin may they may just be out there on the market, but this particular one is exclusive.
They send somebody there and they hand pick them.
There you go.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on. Still Austin single barrel price.
He's talking into his phone if you're listening. Okay.
I wish you would shut up because it picked fucking crap.
It was thinking really slow. Did you get it?
Oh,
so while we're waiting for Brother Jim.
Oh, so here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm getting cast. Oh, that's cast strength. Single
barrel cask strength is what this one is.
Ooh. Fuck. $169.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, that's. Hey, let me put my glasses on.
Is that Total Wines and More price?
Mm-hmm. No, that's Cask Cartel.
Oh,
here, let me. Oh no, $80.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's nope. Take it back. That says rye, single barrel rye, cask strength. Nope, right. Single barrel cask, small batch. Yeah, about $80.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
$79.99, about $80.
Okay.
So that it's got good flavor. It's got like I said, it's real sweet on the front side. I mean, like as soon as it hits your tongue, it's sweet, and then the heat comes, but then the heat dissipates, settles in. You can really hold this in your mouth for a while, let it really roll around on your tongue.
Yep.
Because it's not too spicy to where it feels like it burns your taste buds.
And again, I put in about that. Oh, you know what? Next time we do this with
Yeah.
those little syringe,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Those
that could be
little.
screwed up.
Yeah.
So I put in about that much in there, and it again, it makes a difference. Like, say for instance, if you drink what the hell is it? I used to drink it all the time. Anyway, there's certain ones that I drink that are like 128 proof,
Yeah.
and you can drink them that way,
Yeah.
and it's okay. But to like Booker's, for instance, Booker's, you put a couple drops of water in that.
Okay.
Oh my goodness gracious, it's just night and day difference.
You know, I got a buddy of mine, and I'm going to plug his podcast, Larry Reedy's America. My buddy Larry, he has done just a ton of bourbon tastings and whiskey tastings on his podcast. Hang on, let me see. I'm looking up something here, but Larry's 86 years old. Okay. Larry, he loves the really high proof stuff. He'll drink stuff 128, 134 proof, that kind of stuff. And that's what he did. But he'll tell me, he'll say, Ben, I'll pour 4 ounces or 6 ounces, and that'll last me for 4 hours. And so, yeah, he no ice cubes, none of that kind of nonsense. Larry just pours it right into his glass and goes. But he'll sip on 6 ounces for 4 hours, and but he loves that high proof, stuff.
I use baby food jars, and they're nice and thick. You can take them outside, you bang them around a little bit,
Yeah,
and they got the necked in top, so they do the same thing as this. Yeah.
Now, have you heard of this one? Because he was telling me there's this chicken cock. It's Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, chicken cock.
Yes, I have.
You've heard of that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's any good or not, but
I don't either. But
I will say that what we just drank was probably. I wish I had some more stuff that I could have brought over, but bang for your buck.
Yeah.
That Still Austin is some pretty nummy stuff.
Well, for not being the bourbon guy, and being on number 3 right now, yeah, I like that one the best out of the 3 we've had so far. Yeah, if I had to rank them and grade them right now, I would go Still Austin at 1, Buffalo Trace at 2, and McKenna at 3. Before we get to the next one, and before I polish this taste off, being that it's August 15th, we got some celebrity birthdays today.
Ben Maynard.
No. We got Jennifer Lawrence, actress Jennifer Lawrence. She's 35 today. Joe Jonas, the pop singer from the Jonas Brothers. He's 36. Let's see. And until I make the list as like a YouTube star, I'm not going to recognize any YouTube stars or TikTok stars, none of that kind of stuff.
My ex-girlfriend from high school, Joyce Wong, she's her birthday today.
Ah, okay. Ben Affleck. I like Ben. Yeah, he's 53. 53 today. So happy birthday to you guys. Let's see who else is up here. Man, there's a long. Napoleon Bonaparte. Yeah, Napoleon Bonaparte was born in. Let me put my glasses on so I can see. I think he was born in 1769. Holy Toledo! That guy would be old today. Anthony Anderson, actor. Yeah, Anthony Anderson. He's 55 today. Deborah Messing, yeah, from Will and Grace, 57. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. So yeah, nice. Happy birthday to everybody. All right, let's. If I didn't mention, I think I did. This really sticks to the glass well too. So this Still Austin. This is good stuff for the novice on bourbon, as I am. Tequila is a little bit different, but once you start drinking, you start getting into spirits. You start knowing what to look for, and you can really you can really become quite the expert right away, very quickly. If you understand what it is that you're looking for in appearance, in aroma, in flavor, and you take the time to understand the processing and all that kind of stuff. A lot of people, doesn't matter. They've been drinking for 40 years and all they want to do is just get hammered. So it doesn't matter. It's just like, just give me this or give me that. And they don't, oh yeah, no, it's pretty good, but and it does the job. No. Because we don't drink like that. We're not out there to get, loaded and forget the day. We want to know all about what it is that we're drinking. So we take the time to indulge in all that stuff. Anyway, all right. So let me finish this one up and then we'll get to our number 4.
I want to open that up. I think that's a fresh bottle. So you know what you need to do one of these times on one is do what's called a Kentucky Chew. Do that like you do a mouthwash, and then you'll get like it'll pucker you up. That's the
that's
the tannins.
Feel it on the inside of my cheeks and all that. That's
the tannins that's doing that.
Yeah, it warms the whole mouth, the inside of the cheeks, the tongue, your gums, warms it all up. But it's not it's not an uncomfortable warmth. It's not a burn.
No, it's just one of those things you can do to see like how many tannins are in it.
Wow. Yeah. No, that was pretty good. That was really kind of sucking in my cheeks there.
Yep.
So
okay, so let me see that box.
You want me leave it in the box?
Yep, just leave it in the box.
I'll just bring it to you just like so. This one's going to be number 4.
So at one point in time,
hold that up to the camera.
So at one point in time,
here, let's do. It's kind of like on a catty corner there.
At one point in time, Blanton's only made the single, I forget the normal Blanton's, and they sold that to the American market, and they made 3 others that they sold to the European and Asian markets. And that's the only place that you could get it.
Wow.
I used to go to Europe a lot, and I had friends that would come over here, coworkers, not friends, but coworkers. And so this came from Germany. That's where we used to do a lot of the business.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that's right.
This is 102, 51%.
So okay, so we're going down a little bit in proof.
We're
okay.
Go
yeah. Okay. All right. Let me rinse
so this
glass.
Is a unopened bottle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I bought this.
You got the receipt in there?
Yeah. Back, when was this? Oh, that's German. So this was in Switzerland.
Holy
at
cow.
that time, I'm looking for a date. This is 2017. So this was 119 euros. Okay. Oh no, that's 119. That's 114 euros, and then the Swiss money was 119. Okay. So anyway,
but that was from 2017.
Yeah. 2017.
Oh, okay. Wow. And it's still unopened. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I can.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is. Let's see here. So this was actually they dumped it, bottled it in 2015.
Okay.
From barrel number 107, Rick House number 39, which the Rick House is what they call the building where they store all the barrels. They call that a Rick House.
Okay.
So you are going to, yeah, I think I'd just let actions speak for themselves.
Okay.
So again, euros back then 100 and what would I say it was 114 114 euros.
114, yeah.
So that's probably like about 100 and at the time the conversion would be like about 125 bucks, something like that.
Okay.
But I think right now to get this, I think you can buy this here in the States and it's about 200 bucks, something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
maybe
wow.
not that much. I don't
wow.
know. So let's
Can you
just,
believe it? He's opening that bottle for us right here.
Yeah.
Not just for him, not just for me, but for you out there as well. And if you're listening, thanks for listening, but you should really be watching instead.
So, importiert von SL 35003. That's okay. So, and a lot of people they collect these.
Oh, the
horses.
bottle tops.
Yeah,
The caps. Yeah.
Okay, let's hope that the cork is still okay.
Nice. So while Brother Jim's doing that, nice. This day in history?
Ooh.
No way. Let me smell that cork. Let me smell that cork.
Wow. Oh fuck.
Wow.
Oh dude. So one day.
Wow.
One day at band camp.
One time at band camp?
Yeah. Let me have your glass.
Oh.
I took this to a friend's house and we drank the whole freaking bottle.
No, you did not.
Yeah, we did. Oh, we just got crazy.
Well, I don't remember if I shared it last year when we did our tequila tasting, but I remember one time I was over at we were over at Bart and Brenda.
Just for the shits and giggles, take a nose hit off that right now.
All right.
I'm just curious.
It smells really sweet.
No burn, huh?
No, like zero at all. You can't smell it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. That's the difference between good stuff and
okay. Oh, and it's not like the other three were garbage. It's just the difference in just so much. That's why that bottle is, if they're selling it here in the States, it could be in upwards of $200.
What did I say this was, the proof of this?
You said it was like 104, I think. Or 102?
103.
103. Okay. So but one time, speaking of polishing off the whole bottle, one time Catherine and I, we had gone over to Bart and Brenda's house. This family, for those of you who are not aware. But we'd gone over to Bart and Brenda's house, and they had a friend come over. And the guy, Bart and Brenda told him that I was going to be there. And like, oh, yeah, no, my Uncle Ben's going to be here, and he's the tequila guy, blah, 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 blah. So the guy brings a bottle of Adictivo, which, in case you don't know, but in case you were around last year and you watched, the Adictivo Extra Añejo, when Brother Jim and I did our tequila tasting, that was the one that we... I think we had like seven.
We didn't have that at the tasting.
No. We had it here. No, we had it here.
Oh, did we?
Yes, we had it here in studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had it here in studio because we had the Cava de Oro also, which was our winner.
Whoa.
And then we did the Adictivo, and that one we liked even better. But this guy,
the Cava de Oro,
yeah, and the Cava de Oro is like man, it's like killer stuff. So the guy is because Bart and Brenda tell him, oh no, my Uncle Ben's gonna be here. He's a tequila guy, blah 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 blah. The guy brings over an Adictivo Extra Añejo, and it's in a box. And he introduced him and everything. I brought this over because they said you're the tequila guy. But I don't even know anything about this stuff. But what do you think? And I'm like, well, the only way we're gonna find out is if we crack it open and drink it.
Ben got a boner.
So. And I hadn't had it before.
What?
I hadn't had it before that.
No, really?
No.
You just me telling you about it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So we, between him and Bart and myself, we polished the whole bottle. And it was really good. He's like, what do you think? I said, this is really good stuff. Yeah, this is good stuff. And he was like wiping his brow, wiping the sweat. Man, I was feeling so much pressure because he said, "You're the tequila guy. I don't want to let you down." I'm like, no. They're just talking me up way too much. So then what Bart do? We polished that bottle off, the three of us, in probably 30 minutes. I mean, yeah. Bart goes inside and gets a bottle of scotch and brings that out. And the three of us polish that thing off.
McKellen, 12-year-old.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I remember the three of us polished that sucker off too. That was a lot of stuff. That was way too much. So, okay, I'm going to shut up really. Well, I'm not going to actually shut up. I'm going to say that this day in history. Oh, wow. Let's go to, wait. Do I have the right date? Oh, no.
Brother
This
Jim
is tomorrow.
has
This is
orgasms from
tomorrow.
this stuff.
They changed it. I had it. Shoot. Let's go back a page. Come on.
This has got an awesome mouthfeel. It's nice and it's just.
It switched. I had it on. There it is. Okay, there it is. I had it on today, and it for some reason I must have hit something and it switched. Well, okay. On this day in 1057, so like a really long time ago, over 1,000 years ago, Macbeth, King of Scots, was killed in battle by Malcolm, the eldest son of Duncan the First. Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
How about in 1879, actress Ethel Barrymore, who was considered the first lady of the American theater? She was born in Philadelphia, again on this day in 1879. 1914, after 10 years of work, probably a little bit more, the Panama Canal finally opened to ships. That just really has a wonderful aroma. It's got, first off, besides the aroma, when you look at this thing right here, I don't know if you look, you're just looking on camera, so you can't appreciate this. I'm telling you right now, that color is so, it's just, yeah, it's a delicious color.
I think it's
a great looking color.
About there's just so many things that this thing is so good.
Yeah.
It's the right ABV for the flavors that are there. This is a rye. So this is a rye again. This is a rye whiskey. So you're going to get spice. It's
don't stick your nose.
I mean, not a rye whiskey, but it's a it's not a wheated whiskey, is what I should say. Which you're going to get a completely different mouthfeel over there on that. And spice. It does have some
spice on it. But what I noticed was taking that first sip and kind of letting it rest. It was very velvety.
Yes. And so, and so if you do a Kentucky chew with this, you won't get that big.
It won't suck in your cheeks as much.
There's not a lot of tannins.
Right.
So in other words, the wood time on this was again, they nailed it. I really.
Okay.
So there is a I forget, it's a green label. I forget. So I think it's called Reserve, and they mature that in the coldest part of the rick house, and that will develop like green apple notes to it, and it's just really unique. I've got a bottle of that, and I was going to bring it over, but you know what? I brought this over, so yeah. So this is, again, like you said, velvety.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I could go on and tell everybody, but so there's.
Hey, just get your $200 and find out where they sell it, and there you go.
Yeah.
Let me see what else happened on this day. 1935, entertainer Will Rogers and aviator pilot Wiley Post were killed in a plane crash near Point Barrow, Alaska. Oh, I love Alaska. Oh, Alaska's so good. So good. Let's see. Hirohito, the Emperor of Japan, broke the precedent of imperial silence when he made a national radio broadcast to announce Japan's acceptance of the Allies' terms of surrender in World War II. That was in 1945. Wow. Okay. I still have some more of that left. How about 1979? After a troubled production, Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now was released. It became a film classic, noted for performances by Marlon Brando and Robert Duvall, whose character famously says that he loves the smell of napalm in the morning. That's right. Yeah.
Standing out there with his hat on,
Yeah.
and no shirt. Oh.
Yep. Yeah.
What am I picking up here? There's just
That's good stuff. This is good stuff.
So again, let it set.
Yeah.
Let it set, let it air out, and then you can start picking up that.
See, that's probably why Larry can handle those 128, 134 proof bourbons, because he just pours he just lets it sit. He just takes 4 hours to drink it. He's not in a rush.
That's the same with me. When I pour, I got my baby food jar.
Yep.
And I pour a little bit in it, and it goes outside while I'm doing stuff in the koi or greenhouse.
I was gonna bring a couple other things up into studio for this, but I decided against it simply because we've got 5 bourbons here, and when we did the tequila tasting last year, and like I said, I think we did like 7 or 8 tequilas, and we didn't go back and compare stuff or anything like that. But man, I know I was feeling it afterwards, and I don't want to get like that. I want to remember tonight, but. So I didn't bring anything else up. We decided we keep it at 5, but I was going to bring one up that was.
Give me the box, please.
Oh yeah, sure. I was going to bring one up that has honey in it. It's a lot lower proof. I think it was only like 70 proof. I think something like that. But it had honey in it, and I think if you guys have been with the podcast for any stretch of time, you know that I like sweet stuff. So that'd be like right up my alley. And then what else? Oh, these the tasting glasses we're drinking out. Well, they're actually not tasters, but these glasses we're drinking out of. What's the name of this? I don't remember what it is, but it's a whiskey that's made in
Well, it's got a W on it.
Yeah, it's like West Wind or something like that, and I can't remember.
Oh, Woodford?
No. This is the one that. Remember when we went to the anniversary party at the brewery, and they were sampling this stuff. They had like four different varieties of this. They were sampling it, which was weird but I guess because it's all barrel aged stuff. But yeah, they had the guys out there sampling this. I bought a bottle of this at the Portland airport last year, but it's not a Kentucky bourbon, so that's why I didn't bring it up. Yeah. It's a whiskey. It's a bourbon style. I guess they call it like a bourbon style whiskey, but it's not a Kentucky bourbon whiskey. So I was like, okay, I'll kind of leave this one out. But and that one is actually really good stuff too. But this Blanton's, wow, this is really, really good. Yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like it tastes so good, like you really don't want to drink it all at once. You just want to let it sit there. You take a little hit and then set it down, and then whatever, come back 10, 15 minutes later, take another little tiny hit, and it's kind of like that. Yeah, it's really, really. It's really, really good. It's got a great nose to it. Like I said before, it's really sticks to the glass. But I can say this: all of these have really good legs, so they stick to the glass real well. But yeah, this just the mouthfeel on this one is the best of the four.
You know, the mouthfeel on this is comparable to that honey. I mean, it's got,
because it's so velvety, and
it's got notes of honey in this,
and the honey on that bourbon is going to be velvety because of the honey. But yeah, you're right. Without the actual honey in this is very, very, very velvety. Yeah. So.
Okay, let's go look. Okay, let's do something.
Yeah, you know, that barely warmed up the inside of my cheeks.
Yes. Yeah, compared to some of the other ones. It did do it, I guarantee you.
Yeah, but not, I mean, nothing in comparison to especially the
I'm looking
McKenna.
Oh, I know. I told you that was a little.
Yeah, because that McKenna was real.
That's a little bit
spicy.
Of a warm one. Okay, so
what are you doing over there?
What I'm doing is I'm trying to.
We've got one more to go, by the way, so stick with us. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I've got some history on that because I've been drinking
on the Blantons.
No.
Oh, on the next one. Okay.
Yeah. So I've been drinking that for so long before it became.
That's the next one we're going to sample right there. I'll let Brother Jim talk about it in a second. Yeah. But that's the next one we're going to sample right there. Pappy Van Winkle's. This one's a 20-year bourbon.
So
this is like really big time stuff. Yeah. And I can't even believe you bringing it over here.
So anyway. Before this stuff became all in a rave, I just had a little bit of it. Before this stuff became all whatever you want to call it, everybody's like in a crazy mode for it.
Right.
I was drinking this, and there was limited releases of it.
I remember that because I remember. Yeah, there it is right there on screen. So for those of you who are watching, there it is.
Limited releases, and
yep.
I used to call up, and that was because there was only so much to go around.
I remember. Gosh, I remember.
I used to call up, and I used to talk to Julian Van Winkle. And
oh man.
And so I'd asked him, I said, Julian, I says, when are you going to be releasing this? And long story short, I would get a date out of him. And so then I had the whole supply chain worked out.
Right.
So in this case, he would release it, and it would go to, I think the distributor here, I'm going back a while, so I'm trying to remember, Young's Market, I think is what it was.
Oh gosh, and Young's got swallowed up by another company.
You know him?
I know Young's Market. Yeah, they got bought up by another company.
Yeah, this was way back when.
Yeah.
And so then Young's would deliver to Total. I think I was getting it at that time from Total Wines and More.
Okay.
And this is when you could walk in and you could buy a bottle of 23-year-old, 20-year-old, 15-year-old, 12-year-old, 12-year-old rye, and 10-year-old Rip Van Winkle. Those were the products that they had. So I would walk
you could just go in and grab them off the shelf.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. This was I think when I bought this was probably $230. I think it sells for a couple thousand now. and then
oh man,
the 23-year-old was like $350.
Oh my
the 15-year-old, which was That's the one that is really good.
Okay.
15-year-old
Okay.
was, I think, $150 or something like that. And then the 12-year-old was, I don't even remember. And then the Rip Van Winkle, the 10-year-old was like $50, $60, something
Okay.
like that. So would walk in and I would buy those, and well, you can do the math and walk out, and I had my bourbon, and I
Yeah.
was happy. And
Yeah.
you could do that twice a year because they released it twice a year.
Right.
So now I think the first time I saw it on TV was on, I think, a show called NCIS LA or Los Angeles or something, and the character that played the boss, little tiny gal, said, yeah, today was a good day. We're gonna celebrate. And she brought out a bottle of that, and then it just like,
And that was it.
yeah.
Oh
It
man,
went crazy. Got a lot of.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember probably a good 15 years ago when you were talking about Pappy's and you were talking about how expensive it was back then. And
this was longer than that.
But just when it kind of came on my radar, and I remember you would say, "Oh yeah, no, I'm getting ready. They're going to be releasing this or whatever," and you were talking about I'm going to get a case and all kind of stuff. Yeah, that was.
I never got a case because it just. Well, I bought this. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
What's the year?
Tell me. Yeah. Let me see. Let's look at this here. This is crazy stuff, people. Especially
Okay, so
Brother Jim sends me a text today, and he's like, "Okay, when do you want me to come over?" And I told him what time, and so then he says, "Well, I'm gonna bring the 20-year-old Pappy Van Winkles," and I'm like, I was just like, "Okay, whatever." I didn't, but to myself inside, I'm going, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" Because I know how much he spends on this stuff. And
this ain't right. This here says it's $105.
That doesn't sound right at all.
Yeah,
this doesn't. Let me see. I'm looking at the tag here. It doesn't say when it was bottled.
No, I'll show you. I'll tell you.
Or when it was. Wait, hang on. 20-year. Blah blah blah. No.
It's got Julian's signature on it.
Yeah, Julian P. Van Winkle the third.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't say. See if you can see it on there somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing double.
Again, this is before Sazerac bought them out. So bottled by
a company bought them out.
Yeah. So Pappy's sold. They're all their stock.
Wow.
And how to make it and everything to Sazerac, which is the company that makes the first one that we tasted.
The Buffalo Trace?
Yeah. So this was bottled by Old Rip Van Winkle Distillery, Frankfort, Kentucky.
Which now, if you got that today, it would say bottled by Sazerac, probably, right?
Don't know. Let's see here.
When do you think you bought that bottle, dude?
Oh, man, I don't know. I bought this a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, normally it'll say like.
I know, but it doesn't say anywhere on there.
So this is 90 proof. So we're walking down.
We're going back. Okay. All right. So we'll get a little less heat. We'll get a little more flavor. That's good.
Well, no, just because it's 90 proof doesn't mean.
Well, okay. Yes, you're right. Because I've had.
But what you're going to notice, okay, I'm going to shut up.
I've had 80 proof tequilas that would just like, you think you could breathe fire with.
What I want you.
And he's going to pour it though. So I don't get one drop on the table.
So there's a unique taste that is in all of the Van Winkles except for the 10-year-old products.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's okay. So this is what's called a wheated bourbon.
Okay.
So in other words, it's made with wheat. So what wheat does is it gives it better mouthfeel.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Getting all comfortable here, folks. I know. It's crazy, right?
So now I've sat down and compared this with 12-year-old, 15-year-old.
Yeah.
15-year-old was the best. This was
Of the Pappy?
Yeah, this was the next best.
Okay.
And then this was actually beating out the 23-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah, the 20. Now that's the one that I had.
Okay, is that just okay? Like you said, like your favorite is you said the 15-year-old is if you're watching, got a couple drops on the table, you got to just scoop them up and you got to lick them off the table. You can't let that go to waste. Okay. So you just said something.
I'm hoping that you can pick out this flavor.
Okay, but you said something like the 15-year-old is your favorite though. You said that one.
Everybody's favorite.
Oh, really? Really? Yeah. So why? Okay. Why do you think that is? You got something that that everybody's so proud of. We're going to age at 23 years. It's age 20 years.
One of those things. It's just so. Like I said, I don't know which ones I said it on, but yeah. I would like to see this in a 90 proof.
Okay.
I think it was your McKenna.
McKenna, yeah. I could see that one if they dial it back a little bit.
Yeah, because there's they hit the right freaking combination of.
And I think the heat, going back to that McKenna, because you brought it up, I think the heat on that, like I think I mentioned it before, it seemed to take away the ability to pick out the other notes, the flavors in it.
It does. That's why you put a little drop of water in there.
Yeah. Okay.
So now,
all right. So let me take a whiff of this.
I'm hoping that you can discern there's a unique Pappy flavor that I believe is coming from the way they do their.
Can I say this?
Yeah, you can say whatever.
You can almost catch a buzz off of the aroma on that. And I mean that in a good way. It's got a really terrific aroma.
Oh, where do you? Oh, so
let me hold this up. Let me hold this up to the light here.
Do a semi Kentucky chew?
Yeah,
just a little bit. Don't suck it back in your gums. Just like swish it around in the front.
Which is what we tell everybody to do: is always take a sip of something and swirl it around, let it roll around on your tongue.
The girls.
Well, easy now. But that's what we always. But that's one thing. Doesn't matter what it is we are tasting, Jim. We tell everybody, don't just chug it. You'll never get anything out of it. Let it sit there, roll around on your tongue a little bit. You catch more flavor. You catch a better mouth feel. You catch so much more stuff when you just let it rest in your mouth for a minute.
Right off the bat, I'm getting this lovely caramel, and then there's that unique. I haven't figured out what the frick it is. This unique Pappy something this flavor. This I don't know what.
I don't know, but it's got a really, really good aroma though. It's very. It's a mild, but
just the taste.
But I don't know.
It is something that they're doing with the wood. I really wish. So, I wish they would make distilling legal. You see what wearing that shirt? It says Maynard Distilling.
No, it says Maynard Distillery.
Yeah, I don't do any distilling, but I tell you, I wish they would make it legal so I could mess around with stuff and figure this out. Actually,
I'll put you in contact with one of the former guests on the podcast, Chris Gates.
I need to try to find Julian if he's still alive.
No, Chris is an author. His grandfather was a revenue agent back after
revenuer.
He was a revenue agent after
those guys were hated.
Yeah, because he busted all the moonshiners. Yep. Yeah.
So I think who was it that started the Weller? I think it was Weller that started adding wheat to the mash bill. So this this flavor, this mouthfeel that you're getting, a lot of that is the wheat. So wheat, like say for instance, when I make a beer
Yeah.
and I wanna add mouthfeel to it,
Yeah.
I will add white wheat, flaked wheat, and then I will add a dark wheat.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the flavors, the caramels, and the coffees and stuff from that midnight wheat. And then the other wheats are getting it. You know how you do cream of wheat? And it's all okay. So when you use wheat in a for beer, it's called a grain bill.
Yeah.
You've got to be really careful because it'll freaking clump up and
Yeah.
get all nasty. So I imagine when they call it a mash bill,
Yeah.
or for bourbon,
Mm-hmm.
they need to um, be cognizant of what they're doing, because it could be very difficult to
Then you got one giant ball of wheat or something, and then
yeah, well, yeah,
and then you've just
well,
destroyed your.
it's just hard for it to ferment.
When you talk about adding the different types of wheat
Grains
or the
whatever.
grains, you don't add them all at this. You don't like, it's not like a combination, a third of this, third of this, and you put it together. It's at different times during the process,
No,
right?
no. No, it can be, depends.
Okay.
It can be. So beer and bourbon are a little bit, or moonshine, whatever, a little bit different. So, but in essence, they take a big cylindrical vessel and they will add their grains. Now, what I'd love to find out. I'd like to, how like we went to the brewery and we got to talk to the blah blah, the guys.
Yeah.
I'd like to go back and talk to these distillers,
Sure.
even the
Sure.
moonshiners, and say,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
if you use this grain and it's malted this way, does it I would just like to pick that apart.
I'll tell you what, before I finish that
God,
before
so
I finish this Pappy's off, I've thought
you
about
went
it.
through that
Every year they've got, I think back in Kentucky, they have like the bourbon and cigar, it's a big old giant weekend where they've got all kinds of distillers and everybody's out there. And I always thought, and of course, they're going to have really good food out there too. They're going to have good food out there. And I thought, man, boy, if Jim and I could get out there for a weekend, man, that would be just killer.
Well, they won't tell you their secret, but we have relatives that in West Virginia that I had some, and it turned out really good.
Yeah.
A rye whiskey that he made that was just unbelievable.
Moonshine.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
We got family breaking the law. Can you believe that? Jeez Louise.
I wish it was legal. So because I would like to try it. So for instance, and I will say this, I know that you can take, let's just say you've got a bad beer, it came out like shit, whatever. And you end up with this beer, okay? And it's already beer, whatever. You can take and distill it. You do what's called a stripping run, and those like say there's certain, like say it's a saison beer and it's really flowery. And
what in the world is a saison beer?
Anyway, so it's got these nice flavors and stuff to it.
Okay.
And then when you distill that, those flavors that are in that beer or wort will impart themselves into that liquor, and you come up with some really. I had a barrel aged a whiskey.
Yeah.
It's not a bourbon. It's a whiskey. He
Yeah.
distilled the saison, and the saison came with all these different, nice, unique flavors and smells. Made this spirit that was, I mean, it was a whiskey, but it was something that you would never. I mean, I've never had it before, and I'd like to try it again. But I got to be breaking the law, and I don't want to do that. So I'm getting Social Security. So
well, all right. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Okay.
There you go.
We probably went from least expensive to most expensive, right? Okay. All right. So the Pappy's is going to be the most expensive of the 5. All right. Is that one I mean, would that be your favorite? The Pappy's?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
But my next favorite, I think, would be the Blantons, and then after that would be the Austin Still.
Still Austin. Yeah. Yeah.
Still
you know,
Austin,
I think going, okay, for me, the way I would rank them, I don't know. There was something about that Blanton's, and I think that one would probably be my number 1.
For the I mean, again, I don't know if you can even get it over here in the U.S. anymore.
Yeah.
If you can, and it's $200,
it's worth it, right?
it's worth it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and that bottle of Pappy's that could run in upwards of $2,000, right?
I don't know what's happening with it nowadays. But,
right. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think, I think that Blanton's for me was my would have been my number 1. Now, number 2, yeah, probably would be the Pappy's, and then going down from or going up from 1 to 5. So Blanton's would be the number 1, then Pappy's number 2, then probably the Still Austin, and then probably the Buffalo Trace, and then the McKenna. And I think for me, and I mentioned it earlier, just the McKenna, it had a quick hit on the front end, but the heat on it took everything away, and it sat around so long that there was a hot finish, and I couldn't pick out any other flavors on it. And that was the problem with it, because everything else about it is wonderful. When you're talking about,
are you getting that nice aftertaste from the? Oh. Okay, sorry guys.
No, it's all right. That's all right. But yeah, that's what was disappointing, because I looked at them. And look, here we go.
Yeah,
when you don't
5 samples.
When you don't know, about something, we all eat with our eyes, right? Okay. So same thing when you're going to buy a beer, tequila, in this case bourbon. I want to see how it's packaged, and that's how I buy tequila a lot when I don't know. Okay, I look at
what's that big fancy tall white and blue bottle?
That's the Clase Azul, and it looks tremendous.
But isn't it good though?
It is really good stuff, but it's way overpriced. So
bang for your buck ain't there.
It's not. It's definitely not. It's way over. It used to be very reasonable. It's not anymore.
What was the one that I was really shocked on, where it was a Blanco? Was that the class?
That was the Clase Azul Plata.
That blew me away.
Yeah, that was the Plata, and it's delicious. It's really, really good. They put together a great product, but the problem is it's like they got this ego that's all, bigger than all get out, and they want you to pay for it, and it's just ridiculous, because you can get stuff that
addictivo. There you
go right there. And I was telling people, I think I may have told you last week, Catherine and I had gone to this concert, this country festival a few weeks back, and they had a tequila tasting tent, and they had different tiers of tequila. You pay whatever, $35. You get four tastes. Literally, it was a taste. It was almost like putting an eyedropper on your tongue, but it was like a half an ounce. And I started telling people about tequila. I was like, hey, try this one, try that one over there. And people really appreciated what it was that I was trying to educate them on, and that's what this is all about here tonight. It's just a little bit of education and just to expose you to some things that some brands, some labels, some stuff that you might not be familiar with. Like I said, the bottom line with anything is the best of anything is the one that you like. Mm-hmm. It could be $500, it could be $5. It doesn't matter. It's just the one that you like. And that's why when, and I have to come back to me because people say, well, what's the best tequila? And I say, well, it's not about what I think is the best. It's, this one's my favorite. It's what you like, because everybody has different taste buds.
And for instance, I'm not going to say who, but we have a family member that said that they did not like Addictivo because it tasted like cognac or something. They would rather have Hornitos.
Ooh. And see, now you see there?
That's the one they like.
Now for Jim and I, we're like, Hornitos, woo, no, thank you.
Yeah.
But we have a family member, and they
like to drink it, but they don't drink it straight. They drink it in a cocktail.
And and
it comes across still as a poor tequila.
Yeah, that's true. If you use a bad tequila in a margarita, it's not going to be a great margarita. You have to use good ingredients, which is, you want to use agave, you want to use fresh lime juice, things like that when you're making a margarita, and you want to use a good tequila. And the one that
1921.
There you go. Yeah, the one that Catherine and Jim really, really like in their Cadillac margaritas is 1921 Reposado.
Trying to find it though.
Yeah, you got to look for it. You really have to search it out to find it. But this has been great though here. I hope that you all at home and in the car, that you got some education on some bourbon here. We tasted. Okay, so again, the first one we tasted was Buffalo Trace. The second one we tasted was Henry McKenna's 10-year. The third one we tasted was Still Austin. Okay, that was a single cask. Then we tasted Blanton's and
Blanton's Golden.
Blanton's Golden. Okay. Do we know what the age was on that? I don't think it said on the label though, did it? Yeah, I don't think it did.
I forget what it is.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. It didn't say on that label there, because then we finished off with the Pappy Van Winkle's 20 year. And so we went really from really, really low end price wise to incredibly high dollar amount. Okay.
And that's just it's just overpriced. Like I said,
I
could have I bought that at $200 $200 a bottle.
Yeah.
Way back when.
Right. Yeah. But, and like, Jim is like, oh, this is it right here. The Pappies. This is it. Out of the 5, that was his number one. For me, it was the Blantons. And, but those two, you could see, in just the way that Jim was talking about it, and what he was imparting as far as each item, you could see that it was going to be a toss up between the two of those. Those two are just absolutely dynamite.
Yeah, if they sell that Blanton's Gold over here in the States now,
grab it, huh?
That's
scoop it up.
Chicken
Yeah.
dinner, man,
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, like I said, I hope for you bourbon drinkers out there, and the ones out there that, are, kind of like, hey, I want to look at something. I want to explore. I want to figure out what I like, what I don't like, or whatever. That's all this is.
I've got plenty more. It's just that we can't sit here and we'd be like, you blow out your palate and you just like end up.
You do blow out the palate, and then by the end of the whatever it is, whether we do it on the podcast or we're sitting out on the patio doing a tasting, by the end of it all, you're just done anyway. No matter what, you're done.
Right.
So, but I think that maybe coming around towards the back end of this year, I think we should do a podcast featuring your stuff, the stuff that you do.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that. Maybe we'll get Catherine in here as well, and we'll get it done.
I hope that. Yeah. See, I go through all this stuff.
You have to store some of it.
Well, no, you gotta some of it you can't store.
Like
the IPAs, you gotta brew and
that's true, because they will go bad. Yeah, you're right. They will start to turn after a little bit. So all right, look, we're gonna let you all go. You guys, look, the program is available wherever you get your podcasts, wherever you stream them. It's there. Just search the Ben Maynard program. Boom. All right. Subscribe to it. That way, when there's a new episode that posts or drops, then you'll get notification. All right. However, if you've enjoyed this on YouTube and you've enjoyed a little bit of Brother Jim, you've enjoyed a little bit of me right here, with this hair and all that kind of crap, whatever.
Tell Ben to grow his hair long. You want to see the hippie Ben? Oh, dude, you should see his pictures of him when he was younger. His hair was down to here, man.
It actually was. All right. But if you're watching on YouTube, then thanks for doing that. You got to do a couple things first. One, you have to subscribe to the channel. All right. Remember, I'm on a campaign to get 500 subscribers before the end of the year. Way behind. All right. So let's get it done. All right. Tell 1,000 of your family and friends to subscribe to this channel. I don't care if they watch. I mean, I do want them to watch, but I don't care if they watch it or not. Just subscribe to the channel. I want to hit 500 subscribers. Okay. And when you do that, then you also have to give me a like. You got to give me a thumbs up. And then you have to leave a comment. I hope that there's been enough information here for you guys to leave some comments and interact a little bit. All right. Because if you leave something, especially for tonight, if you leave something on here that I have no clue on, I'm going to Brother Jim. I'm going to Brother Jim for a reply to that comment. All right. Let's see. Last but not least, follow me on Instagram, Ben Maynard Program, all one word, or on the TikTok. Yeah, the TikTok, the Ben Maynard Program. And I think that's it, right? I think we're done. So listen, thanks for being here. Greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was educational. Say goodbye to everybody, Brother Jim.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Too bad you weren't bad here to get drunk with us.
All right. Listen, I'll see you next time. All right. This is the Ben Maynard Program. Tell a friend.